Yes, I keep forgetting to do these things because the last thing that I want to do is stop what I'm doing, you know, when I'm like completely immersed into what I'm doing just to get my phone and make a little video. But let me document something. So on plot 2, been doing a lot of landscaping. Really, let me just show you before I start talking about it. Or maybe I'll put in a clip from last year's thing. Okay, so this is what's going on here. So quick run through. This is where I've been piling up the mulch, over the last year. It was way higher than that. So bringing it down little by little. I've been filling up this bed. I already put 2 to 3 wheelbarrows of sieved soil in here and 2 or 3 bags of compost, but it's nowhere near where I want it. I want to turn it into a mound, a nice mound. The hugel culture bed, put 2 to 3 bags of compost, 50 liters of compost on here, and some vermiculite. So that was done within the last 2 weeks, but still, it's nowhere near where I want it to be. I want to keep adding a whole bunch of sieved soil on here till you can't see any of the wood that is holding up the soil in place. So I want to cover all that. So I'm thinking about 3-4 wheelbarrows, But as you can see, it still looks lush. Survived snow, the frost, and I haven't planted nothing. All these things are from last year. So got purple broccoli coming through, nice. Got the kale still going in. Some spinach. So yeah, haven't planted anything in this one. This one right here. So this was the bed that I made. And yeah, it was a mound bed. It wasn't this big, but I wanted it bigger. And I was just seeing that. Let me turn this. What I've been noticing for a lot of things, when I do something, I think about it after, what I'm saying, was this good? Was this not good? Did I achieve the results that I wanted to? And for a lot of the raised beds that I was making, started switching them over time, found out that there wasn't enough soil because before I didn't expose the raised bed to the ground, to the native soil underneath. There was like a tarp or a thick layer of plastic or some shit like that under. That was before I knew any better. So majority of these beds that I'm talking about, a lot of them, redoing them again, removing the tarp from underneath, and just creating access for the roots to go through the raised bed into the native soil, because that will give us it'll do better for the veg, for the fruits altogether. You know what I mean? More abundance, more access to nutrients, and all these things. So on this one in particular, already put, let me see, I think 1 bag of compost, 50-liter compost on here, and this is probably about 6 to 7 wheelbarrows of sieved soil. So this is the sieved soil. It is lovely. I'll show you the whole process with this. But yeah, so you see what it looks like right now. You see how high it is in comparison to the rest of the ground around it. But I want to get it higher. I would like to get it probably another foot higher. So I have no problem spending the energy to put another 5-6 wheelbarrows on here. So this bed right here, this was the children's bed. That bed has been exposed to the native ground under, but combining that bed with this one over here. This one last year, there was like a shelf that was, let me flip this. There was a shelf that someone discarded, and I just flipped that bookshelf down and put soil inside of it and was growing in it. And yeah, it did produce. Good amount of spinach, lettuce, acorn squash and stuff like that. You know, that was cool. Even tomatoes. But when I broke down the bed, I was like, damn. Okay, yes, fucked up. I didn't remove the backing of the bookshelf, so the roots weren't able to get into the ground. But another thing doing here is removing a lot of the additional wood. I had a lot of wood all around the place, and that brought a lot of wood mites. Despite what people may think, yeah, I'm sitting on a bed of wood mulch, but there's no wood mites or wood lice, whatever you call them, in the wood mulch. It's only like the old decayed wood, you know, timber and stuff that I get that end up attracting a lot of wood lice. So removing a lot of the wood borders out of the raised beds. You know, heard Charles Dowding talk about it, and yeah, that was like a year ago, and now I'm actually seeing he's right. But so what happened? So did take everything off from this, you know, got rid of the bookshelf altogether, and did a no dig process. But instead of laying down cardboard, I laid down leaves. So all these are bags of leaves, tons of leaves. So I was like, yeah, I wanted to put the leaves to use. So instead of cardboard, I laid down leaves first as a leaf mulch. Lay down the leaves on top of the native soil, and then after that, then it started piling on. Well, I put fertilizer and then started piling on the sieved soil. So that's probably about, I don't know, maybe 5 to 6 wheelbarrows. So the whole idea is to definitely create more growing space. So before, I only had one small bed here. This was smaller, like half the size. This one right here, and this one right here, you know. So now trying to maximize the amount of space. So if you can see what I did right here? You see the blueprint for the bed. So this bed is gonna expand from here off all around here. So it's gonna go right through here. This is all part of the bed. This is all part of the bed right here. So it was a lot of work because there was a trench here, like you know, so a gravel trench, whatever the case. So removed all that and repurposed a lot of the rocks and put it here in the center of this. This is my ring bed that now I'm building up. Before it wasn't that high, it was just ground level, but now I want to build it up, and using a lot of these sticks and branches that I cut up to make a natural border. So this allows me to get into like my bushcraft bag, you know, been studying a lot of the bushcraft things. I didn't even know that it was a thing, like, you know what I mean? But I find it so fascinating, like being able to work with what you have around you, utilizing nature, you know. Love all that type of stuff, you know. Those are the type of shows that I watch a lot, you know. I don't have a TV and stuff like that, but the shows that I do watch, you know, online, yes, or things that I do download, is primarily stuff like that, like Alone, Naked and Afraid, you know, Bear Grylls, stuff like that. But yeah, what was I? So far, so good. I created put these bamboo and different sticks in place to hold the wood. So when I start stacking higher, it won't just collapse. So I put bamboo on one side and on the inside, and just drop the sticks in between there. So the idea for this one is I wanted to come up little higher than that gravel center, gravel core. But I've been compressing this every step of the way. But back onto this. So I like how the beds are looking right now. I'm trying to talk louder because I got airplane. I'm liking how the beds are looking. Everything is more natural, and I'm just looking at the environment and just working with it. So now that I cleared everything here, you can see that I did cut away the plastic or the tarp that underneath there. On both sides, under here as well, it's cut off. I just put this pipe here just as a guideline so I know where the bed is. And now I'm going to dump some leaves all in here. So just finished adding the fertilizer, not fertilizer, well, manure. Show you what it looks like. So after I laid the leaf mulch down, then I put fertilizer, the manure all through it. So I already started sprinkling some of the soil on it. But this is like an area that I haven't touched yet. So you can see, let me go in close. So yes, it is some mature manure mixed in with some straw. So that's going right on top. So you can see the layout for the bed a little bit more. And this is some soil that I sieved. Where did I get this soil from? I got it from back here. Been digging up on my own ground. So as you can see right here, this is the area I'm working on. I already worked on all this area. Spot at a time. I would go ahead and move the mulch, move the wood mulch, and I would create like an 8x8 square or something like that. And yeah, I'll just keep digging the stuff from there, digging dirt, and then loading it onto here, into this big sieve that I made. The wheelbarrow will be under here. All the crap that doesn't fall through is right here. And I add that right here to this section. And then once I get deep enough where I start to hit clay, that clay soil, probably about maybe 4 feet deep or something like that, then I just stop. And I have enough wood chips to fill the hole with wood chips, that existing hole. Over here, I put a whole bunch of leaves. I put a whole bunch of old plants, plant matter and stuff like that from the allotment. Put it in there. So I just made like a giant big compost. So next year that stuff is going to be lovely soil. So that's where I'm getting all my stuff from. I'm just continuing to unearth the ground that I work on and cleaning it up, taking out all the crap from it, and refilling the beds. So that's the same soil that I used over here, same sieve soil, same soil that I used on this bed right here. See all the fox fox paws and tracks. Same sieve soil that I used over here. And that's what I'm doing right here. So you can see how it looks. This is great. So yeah, wheelbarrow after wheelbarrow after wheelbarrow. I probably got like, I don't know, in the last 2 weeks, I probably sieved at least, I'll say 30 to 40 wheelbarrows full. You know what I mean? That would have cost me an arm and a leg if I was just buying that from the store. So utilize your resources. So I'm gonna crack on with this right now. All right, just finished up for the day. Well satisfied with it. Definitely feel like I'm gonna put maybe about 3 more wheelbarrows of sieve soil. But let me show you what it looks like. You see that bed from here through there. That's the bed. So you can still see some of the fertilizer, the manure is still coming through. I want to put more soil there. And this is, you see how it is? I want it to be more of a mound, more just mounded over. So right now it's kind of sinking in. Let me see if I give you a better view. Well, here it's straight, but you can tell from right here. That's probably better. So yeah, mounding this one over. So I think another 3-4 wheelbarrows. So far, so good. I'm really happy with the new layout. So you can imagine, like, all of this, none of this space was used before. This was just a walkway. So that's gonna be a lovely raised bed, whatever you want to call it. But wait till those things grow. Beautiful. And yeah, that's me for the day. It's about 3 o'clock. Today's Saturday. I got here at 6:30 in the rising. And it feels great being out here in nature, not just being here with nature in the dirt. It's lovely. Took some time to practice with my bow and arrow. And yep.
Hi.
All right. Well, it's on day 2. Just finished up now. Put about 2 wheelbarrows, maybe 2 to 3 on each side. Let me show you what it looks like. So they built it out more, raise it up, and come down so you can see. Yeah. So I didn't want it being too much lower than the ground. I want it to be slightly higher than the ground. So filled in this whole thing. Very happy with it. Emily was here as well. She left. And put another 2 wheelbarrows onto this and continue to build out the sides. The children as well did like a little mix. Well, what did you do?
We put leaves, a bit of manure and dirt and water. We mixed it so we could fill in all of the gaps.
What are you filling in?
So like if there's gaps here, there's a gap there. The dirt would have fallen out. But we used all of the sludge stuff to fill in all the gaps. Like.
All right. So yeah, they were filling in the gaps in between the sticks.
And it does dry. It does dry.
Okay. So yeah, this is ongoing. I'm gonna keep building it up. I want it as high as where the top of these sticks are, right here. So that's the aim. So yeah. Till then.
Nice.
Yeah. Let me show you the finished bed. Time after. So here we go. That's it. All of that. I'll go in closer. So yeah, it is an interesting design. I made it work with the layout that I have here. So you can see as it fans out here and strips right through here. Closer. Right through here, all in here, all in here. Yes, yes, yes. So that's it. So large view right there, going around and fan out right there. So that's gonna look glorious once things are growing from there. So yeah, all in all, hope you enjoy that.